From one Jamaican international achiever in music to another, Shaggy to the bad boys of reggae on their 53rd anniversary. Bridget, good to see you in the circle, sir.
Pleasure. 53rd anniversary. It's wonderful to see that they've maintained their relevance throughout this time. Because when you think about Bad Boys, that song, which is so synonymous with television, it's just in every kid's head. It's making timeless music that has brought them. I mean, these wonderful facilities that we're sitting into. So big up Raja and the team always, man. It's great to see that kind of journey from the Jacob Miller days to where them there and still making music. Love the new music with them on TeeJay too. So
yes. Yeah. And they've just gotten a renewal of Bad Boys, a movie.
Bad Boys for life, baby.
To speak to that for me, Shaggy, because this is a record, as you were just saying, made so many decades ago. Yeah. And what about it? What is it? Is it just sheer luck? Is it quality of music? What?
Well, I just think that when you have it's like when we did Bombastic and the Levi's commercial, it just fit really, really well with Levi's at the time.
Yes.
Right, in doing that. And that was probably around 95, 96 when that happened. But it really helped to propel the song to #1 in the UK. Well, we didn't have it in America, but the record was a great record and ended up being a big record in America also. With Bad Boys, for the television show, it's just something that really fit. And the record was such a great record that it helped to propel Bad, because once that come on, the reggae sound was so different. Bad Boys, that song, once it came on, it was different. So it grabbed your ear.
Have you ever been on the same stage with them anywhere in the world?
I toured them through many singers, I remember when Carlton was singing, we did a couple of things back in the days. We were talking like about in the 90s. We were doing certain sets, certain festivals together. So we've done tours together. I think at one time there was a Spirit of Unity tour that we did together too. And always great guys, always nice guys. I've maintained great relationship with them,
TeeJay, this collaboration with TeeJay, that whole move, your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, TeeJay, one of my favorite artists. I know TeeJay for a good while now. Obviously, he's managed by Sharon, and Sharon is partner in crime. But just talent-wise, he's incredible. I was at the studio last night. I had him working with Koffee, one of my producers, the same producer that did Go Down There. And I Need Your Love and all of those songs with me. And they stayed there till probably around 4 o'clock this morning and just ended up doing a couple of songs. And, just really having a good vibe and just and he's open to stepping outside of the box. And instead of just doing just the norm,
Oh, nice.
So I was really pleased with that, and we also have Spice and Studio now too, so both of them was there last night. And again, thinking about things that are a little left field of what everyone would expect.
Are they collaborating, Spice and him?
We saw them talk last night, but no one really knew if nothing cook up.
So in terms of your overall take on the celebration happening at Circle House here, what would be your final message, your summary message to the group and to their fans around the world?
This song with TeeJay is a really, really good song. I like it, and it just, I'm a fan, so I'd love for this summer them probably can take it on tour and we can go out and, not just hear this new song or probably this new project they're coming, but also hear some of the classics, because those are, those classics are part of my the soundtrack of my childhood coming up. So you could only hope that you would have a career that lasts the span of what Circle has done.
Absolutely, my friend, and still going well. Well, Shaggy, sir, good. Thank you for that. But we want to veer a little now to talk about you. This year is one of Shaggy's biggest, if not the biggest year. Success all over it for Shaggy. Every time them say, Shaggy again, and Shaggy mash up the place, especially mainstream, Shaggy's always cooking up something. And this year, wow, sir. Congratulations. Oh my goodness. Run through it for us, Shaggy. Sum up the year for me.
It was a good year. I personally stayed away from putting the music out this year. I really focused on Spice.
Yes.
This whole project was a Spice project. It was a project I was dealing with from before. And I had to keep putting back because of the pandemic, you know, and you know, the team at VP was, you know, was a bit hesitant in trying to come out during the pandemic, and you know, after a while they figured out that the pandemic is not going anywhere.
Yes.
You know, so we can't only hold on this record and this project so long. But I knew it was good. I got the team together, J Will, you know, a lot of my guys, and we cultivated an album that would not just please Spice's fan, but also set them up to grow with her, to move to another level.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes you'll have fan base that will basically just want to hear one type of thing from you. But I think what happened with Go Down there was, you know, it really resonated with our core fans, but it also opened the door to actually receiving new fans. You've seen the songs doing well in Russia and places like these, and Italy, and you know what I mean, now South America is jogging on to it, you know what I mean? So that's what we wanted to do, you know what I mean? We know we were limited as far as VP was concerned because it was our only album on VP, so you wouldn't expect VP to be investing, you know, in something that they don't have another option on, you know what I mean? So we knew that whatever we was going to get from VP, that's how I was going to get it. You know?
Would you say it is a shot in the arm for dancehall in the mainstream?
I don't know if it's a shot in the arm. I didn't think it made that kind of impact, to be honest with you. I think culturally it made a nice statement for us.
Yes. But didn't you get a lot of mainstream media attention for the concept, the song?
That's what I'm saying, culturally, yeah.
Yes.
The culture was lovely. I mean, as far as to saying that we really generated, you know, needle-moving numbers, no, I don't think we did that at all. I mean,
yes.
that takes a lot more money, a lot more commitment. You know? And like I said, I don't think VP was willing to do that. You know, it just didn't make good business sense for them at the end of the day to do that because they don't have the act for the next day. If you're investing in something, you go off and say you have. You know,
yes.
So if it no work, don't pan that one, you have two more you can recoup it down the line.
Same.
They had none. You know what I mean? So we had to work with what we have there.
Okay, so let's talk about your production work now, and Rance Entertainment, and your signing and promotion, and your whole deal that you've done with so many artists. There's an album with Spice. Speak about that arrangement.
Well, the album,
well.
like the album's a VP album. It's
Yes.
the last album. Now she's going to have to, you know, find a new home.
But what's Ranch's role in that album?
We're production.
Production.
We're her production.
Okay.
You know, we will, and when I say production, not meaning that we are the only set of people to produce.
Yes, understand. Yes.
We'll use other producers from outside producers also, but we'll pretty much sit with her and A&R it and put it all together with her.
But would you call it a success? Or wouldn't it be a success for you, for Ranch, and for VP and Spice?
Everyone. It was a success for everyone.
Isn't it even poised to be nominated for a Grammy?
So I've heard.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So no, but the album was great. Everything was good. It sets her up for the next move.
Yes.
And we knew that, but we had her for the next move. So, you know, like I said, VP never had her for the next move, but we did. You know, so we can now put that in place and start work with her in getting that done. And you have to please remember, a lot of people might look on this thing, it's just, Spice is very much in the driving seat.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I facilitate the artist's vision. That's our job. We are supposed to be, you know, you can't sign the artist and take the art out of the artist. Do you get what I'm saying? So we definitely finished, last time we go through songs and, you know, she don't like this or she don't want that, and we have to just go through it and we say, we'll fight a little bit, and war a little bit, but we'll come to something because we're for the same goal.
Right. And isn't that what we're asking legends like you and achievers like you to do for the upcoming, those that have not achieved the level that you have achieved?
Well, let me see, you carry the donkey to the water, you can't make him drink, you know.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So everything in due time. People have to be ready. Where Spice was concerned, she reached out to me. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll go. I'm always willing to share knowledge. I'm willing to collaborate. Like, you know, last I was sitting where I work with TeeJay, I work with whosoever. But these guys are ready.
Yes.
These guys see it and are willing to not just come in and just do music, but also trust the process, because the track record of the process works.
So that's a qualification. Be ready.
Yeah, be ready to trust the process, because I might be coming to you with something that you're not familiar, but there cannot be growth without uncomfortableness. You have to be you can only achieve growth outside your comfort zone. So the minute you're coming with me, it's going to be uncomfortable. You know what I mean? I'm going to let you do things that you're not used to doing.
Yes.
Right? And you're gonna be like, well, I'm gonna know I'm like this, but it, you know, that's the only way you achieve success. You know what I mean? Is being uncomfortable. I like being uncomfortable. I like doing things. When I go and go do, you know, a Cheetos commercial, or I go to Disney or something, I've never did, you know, this is my first time doing theater, where they gave me 4 days to learn these songs and camera blocking and timing and all of that. And it was like, okay, we're not just taping, it's just being live.
Yes.
You don't understand the anxiety that comes with that. And at the same time, while that I do here in Jamaica, you know, them talk about say, oh, I rob $100 million. So all of that on top of me at the same time.
Oh, wow.
But that was part of the uncomfortableness, you know what I mean, being outside the comfort zone that made me rise to the occasion.
Where is that now? It's just shut down now, right? It's over. That old you rob money.
No, it is, as we said, the money was always in the account.
In the account, yes. Sitting there, yes.
The problem is you can't do anything with it because it was earmarked for an ICU.
Yes.
So if you was a man give me $100,000, I say, Shaggy, the ICU there where you say I bill, say $100,000 towards it. Then me take it and say, yo, you want me go bill a ward down there and put some bed. You go say, but I never that me get for. You tell me, say, a ICU I bill it. But me say, yo, you know, I'm going to use that and pay the driveway for coming.
Yes.
I never that me say, me say ICU. So under the Charities Act of Jamaica, we can't use it to do anything but that.
Yes.
Maybe my aspirations were a little bigger.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
By saying, well, I want to be a new ICU. You know what I mean? So at this point, well, maybe we can improve the existing ICU, which only has 5 beds. I wanted to create a 10-bed facility, you know? But it is proving to be a little harder than we would. And then in the midst of you trying to do it, you know, you can't be going in openly and trying to make this happen and trying to jump hoops, and you have another man and say, yo, we're going to throw him under the bus. That's the first chance we get.
Yes.
You know, I've worked too hard for my brand and my career for really go risk all of that to them. So I will still help. You know, I'm still raising money. I can cut checks when I want at the hospital, but at the end of the day, and we can still buy equipment and help out. But for us to really be going in like we're going with what they pulled the other day, yeah, I'm not comfortable that way.
Right. And we can all understand that, Shaggy. And thanks for that. Especially at this time of the year, you brought it up. You know, you the 10 million, and so I thank you for that update. I'm sure fans and supporters of the hospital and you and
no, we're not ruling out either.
I'm going to. I know.
Yeah, because we have. I mean, it's Shaggy and friends. I'm just the face of it. There's a bunch of people who have a board. We have, you know, but what they didn't just hurt me, it hurt them at the same time.
Yes.
And they felt slighted also. So, you know, if it's a situation where everybody sit down and feel like we're in the space and it's the right time and the right feel and the right motivation to do it, then maybe, you know, but in the meanwhile, we do what we can at this point just to help where we can and do it.
All right. So let's go back to music, because I want to ask you about the women in dancehall. Some feel that with your help, the most visible international dancehall artist at the moment from Yard, apart from you and Sean, are Shenseea and Spice.
They're both great artists. Both great artists. I can't take any credit for Shenseea. I've known her for years. I've dealt with Ramesh even in our early stages. And, you know, we spoke. I give advice as much as I can. Ramesh can always call me. I've done music with Shenseea because I think she's a talented girl and a star. So yeah, you know, but we can't, and of course, you know, everybody know the history of me and Spice. I've dealt with Spice because, you know, Spice is a machine. Spice just keeps going. You don't have to sit down there and babysit or turn. Spice turns the wheel herself.
Yes.
You know, I remember when we did, you know, Spice. It's so intricate because when Spice was doing, she wasn't getting any corporate sponsorship. I think the only person that sponsored her at the time was Magnum, with a very, very small sponsorship. And I remember sitting and having a conversation with certain entities, corporate entities, who their argument was, you know, her content. And I said, well, if Cardi B comes to Jamaica, would you guys sponsor the concert? And they were like, of course, you know, that'd be a big deal. And I said, so what's the difference in the content there? It's the same
point.
content. Is both of them
Point.
love and hip hop. Both of them have the same content. It's just that one is Latin and hip hop, and the other one a dancehall. So I say you gotta support hip hop over the dancehall. And they had no argument at that point. You know what I mean?
Shut it down.
So when we ended up having to putting the music and doing this, no, she's, as you can see in Jamaica, Spice is the most sought after person in the corporate sector.
Yes.
Because just with Magnum alone, they've seen increase in sales and revenues based on their association with Spice. You know what I mean? And it's just with the future where it goes. Another person to have to watch, one of the trailblazers in this thing and is Koffee. Koffee is a trailblazer. Koffee is no joke. You know what I mean? Koffee is no joke. If Koffee, there's certain things that if she do it right and position herself, you can't touch her. I'm talking streaming numbers like, any of these big guys. Koffee Koffee can do it.
So would you agree with the view that women are now coming into their own in dancehall?
I don't know if you can say coming into their own. I think they've always been in their own. It's just been a situation that was male dominated.
Yes.
And the gatekeepers were all male, so it becomes difficult for the women. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult for women in business, even for people to take women seriously in there, because from the woman them come to the studio and the man them start look them.
Yes.
And all of them things. So it's a difficult. So you really have to give the women more credit because they have more obstacles to hurdle over.
That's the point.
For success.
Yes.
Absolutely. But what I'm saying is it's been going on for a while. They've always been trailblazers.
Yes.
I mean, you look on Marcia Griffith from what she did, Electric Slide, from they've always been trailblazers. Don Penn, some of these acts that have done incredible work, the great Lady Saw, I mean, what they've done internationally. Because now you don't have record companies and radio isn't as important as it is. Now you have playlists, so anybody can, from their device, can log on. So there's more access to music. So it gives a small genre like dancehall and reggae a fighting chance.
Yes.
Which is why you say Afrobeat now is becoming huge, because that's a whole continent. So when the mainstream could have locked them off on mainstream radio and say, well, we're not playing African music and we're not putting them on TV and we're not this and we're not back and we're going to play rock and roll music and all the pop stations and going, those stations don't matter as much as your device right now. You could go on your device and find the top Afrobeat artists, and because there's so much of them, those numbers are going to be up. It's the same thing with the Latin market. That's a huge market. They don't really need the American market. But the American market and the mainstream market, America and England and most places, they're still the dominant. You know what I mean? So you have to conquer them. So you might see some artists are streaming some numbers, but they're not as big as, say like a Taylor Swift or a Bruno Mars, who might not be doing the same amount of numbers as them, but they don't have the same visibility. You know what I'm saying?
The reason why it is, in my view, significant is because of the tremendous amount of barriers that women had to endure to get anywhere in music, and in particular dancehall, which people didn't like, generally speaking. And these women in this time, in this pandemic, have surged above, maybe, like I said, Sean and yourself are the only two other Jamaican artists who have the same level or above visibility. These women are above all of their compatriots, male compatriots, in dancehall in particular,
because things are changing
in the world at the moment. Aren't they more business friendly? Isn't it that they're easier to manage and so on?
A female artist has more opportunities and more revenue stream stream than any male artist.
Yes.
Them can do Mrs. Spice with hair, Mrs. Spice with eyelash, Mrs. Spice with makeup, Mrs. Spice with clothes, Mrs. Spice with shoes.
Aye.
Them can do stilettos, them can do everything, and all these are line. Which is why you have Rihanna being a billionaire, and she didn't do it off music, she did it off Fenty. You know what I mean? Because she can do multiple things. You know what I mean? Because you can market. You're marketing a sex appeal. You're marketing the whole thing. You know, that
Whole package, yes.
Whole package. While male, you might do music, and it's only so far you can go with a male act compared. I mean, the female acts take a lot more. They're more expensive. They might travel with a glam squad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You kind of fly the glam squad out about the place, so it's a little bit more expensive with female acts. But there's also more opportunities for more revenue streams with them.
What if we look out for? I know Sharon is burning burning us up. What if we look out for Shag? For 2022.
The main thing we're right now in the middle of our Christmas album. It's the same Christmas album that we had done. BMG, it's a 10-year deal I have with them where every year they promote it. So they're promoting it again this year. We have a couple of television shows lined up with it also. But we've also added 4 tracks. Sting is now on the album with me. I did also another track with Bungie Garland, that's on the track, and two more other tracks with 2 more young artists that's on there too. So and some artists that are not Jamaican artists, but because we're selling Christmas in the island, so we want an experience from them when they come to Jamaica to sing about that and say, oh, this is what Jamaica is about. So we'll put that also on the album, and we've been doing very, very well with the album, and BMG, we're all lined up to push it a little bit more this year.
Shaggy, one of these days I need you to come and tell our artists how to get media, to be media friendly, because up to yesterday we were somewhere. Where was it, by you, Shaggy, and playing in the store, this big store that into audio, and you're on screen with Sting in the store, and they use it as a promo. That your media presence, your media friendliness, your media access. What you can tell them about that?
Well, we have an incredible team. Tracy Bufford and Sharon and Martin Kersenbaum, and we have a great team of people that I utilize, and everything boils down to relationship at the same time. You see on some Good Morning America, we go multiple times.
Yes.
It's because we've kept a great relationship with them. We're on time, we're always professional, I'm saying? We deliver, right? And at the same time, it still boils down to numbers. We still get great numbers when a Shaggy segment is on. People are still fascinated. But it might be harder for a new artist. Remember, this is 30 years, almost 30 years I've been doing this, So there's a rapport that is there. I've already built that. That's years and years of building that for me to walk in there. The easier man, somebody knew it would be hard unless they break out as a phenom, to actually get on mainstream television like that. For me now, it's been doing right. And I got co-signed from Sting and and we did some things. So it's for them to say, okay, Shaggy's coming on. It's not that far fetched for them. Coming to a new act like bringing in Spice on this now, which is a total different thing. You had me and Sean Paul there that balanced it, so that she could get on and they could give a green light to that. Probably she going on by herself they probably wouldn't have green lighted something like that. I think they're worried about their audience,
The people cannot relate to them?
It's numbers at the end of the day. Dancehall is less than 6% of the market share. That doesn't give you a fighting chance.
Yes.
So if you're a big programmer now and you not gonna put an artist on this way, we're not gonna grab ratings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for her, they're looking at her numbers and looking at our streaming numbers and look what percentage of the market share it is. And they're like, well, how does that happen for Good Morning America, which is these huge numbers and family programming, mainstream, blah, blah, blah. But if you add Shaggy and Sean to it, who they have these numbers now that help her put her in that situation and she can piggyback in on it. And that was the whole thing is to everything you see. If you look my track record, I did Rick Rock, wasn't a star. That wasn't a big superstar. Raven wasn't a big superstar. Mohammed and Fade with I Need Your Love wasn't a big superstar. Recently with Conqueror wasn't a big superstar. So that's me using my platform to actually bring new artists. The same thing we did when we tried it with Tessan at the same time, and just try to use the platform to put people on a level because we are already familiar. And Sean is open to that because these are discussions I have at late night with me and Sean at the same time. We're up on the same page. And then just do an album with all of the artists them. Skilly bring everybody up on it, just to try use his platform to make it move forward.